can taste you, I can taste you.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
It is the middle of February, and sorry. Okay, and we are currently driving the South Luzon Expressway, which is really the main vein thoroughfare from where we live to the city and to the north. But it's about 1 o'clock on a Thursday, so traffic isn't too bad. We are going to a place called BGC. That is short for Bonifacio Global City. I've never been there, so I am relying on Waze to get me there. We decided to book a place at the Ascott, which we're very familiar with, the chain of hotels, and C5, right? For a couple nights and do a food trip. And Manila just went an alert level down, which is good, but we all know what that's like. So we're going to see what it's like to be in the city during the weekday, and yeah, just do sort of a food crawl. We're doing Japanese tonight, we're doing French tomorrow, and we left the dogs in the care of my mom and my brothers, which is a little sad, but Ryan's holding the camera. So anyway,
very carefully holding the camera.
We're actually going to stop at the SM that is in BGC to have lunch. It is, like I said, it's about 12:45, so we haven't had lunch. Figured we'll stop by and see what that SM is like. So yeah, we shall see you when we check in at the Ascott, and hopefully next 2 days will be fun.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me alone, I've been high.
Okay, so we made it. We are now at our room at the Ascott BGC, and we stopped at SM Aura Premier, which is 2 blocks down, and that's sort of the closest mall. And we specifically chose this place because it is close to where the restaurants that we want to go to. Since I'm not too familiar with the area, I didn't want to have to drive around everywhere. So we looked for places that we could walk to. So we're just sort of resting here for a couple hours before we head to our dinner reservations. It's a Japanese place down the street, and hopefully get some sushi. But yeah, we just sort of decided to come down here and spend a couple of days. I was talking to Ryan earlier, and the last time he was actually inside a hotel was back when we went to Europe before the lockdown in February of 2020. So it's sort of been a while since it's been not housebound. And really, I don't think we're 100% comfortable kind of walking around yet, but I think slowly we're trying to face what the new normal will be. So if you want to start traveling, if you want to start exploring the city and the Philippines, we kind of have to be a little bit tough to kind of face it. Just still be super conscientious that whatever's out there is still out there, and still wear the mask. I actually do the double face mask and alcohol everywhere, and I still try to do social distancing, even though it's really hard when the mall or wherever you go here is packed. So slowly but surely we're starting to come to the realization that this is going to be the new normal, and I think that after 2 years of being housebound, we're just really excited to maybe start experiencing what retirement was supposed to be like in our heads. That definitely was put on pause because of pandemic, just like everybody else's plans and lives, and just been upturned the last couple of days. So we're just really excited and really grateful that we're able to spend some time here for a couple of days, although we're missing the doggies. At least I am missing the doggies. It's only been a couple hours, but we watch them on our CCTV at home, so I still get my dose of Stag and Walton. So we're just gonna rest for a couple of bit, and we are going to walk to dinner tonight sushi. So we'll catch up with you later. We picked this place. We picked to stay at the Ascott because the restaurants we wanted to try was literally walking distance.
I mean, less than 3 minutes to walk. It's right around the corner.
In the same block, right? So the first night we definitely wanted Japanese. We wanted some sushi, and I narrowed it down to 2 Japanese restaurants. And so one was a traditional Japanese, kind of quiet, wooden booths, Japanese chefs in the back making your sushi. And the other one is a little bit more millennial, hip, loud music, DJ, still serves sushi. So I did. I asked you, and you're like, let's go traditional. We made reservations. You will notice when you come and visit, or maybe you already do when you live here, but it was certainly a surprise for me that everything is through Facebook. So sure enough, you try to make a reservation on your Facebook page, and it was pretty easy. Book now, pick your time. And one of the times available was at 8 o'clock, and I knew that we were going to have a late lunch because we were driving here, so I booked it for 8 o'clock. And so I booked it at 8. That afternoon, while we were walking at SM Aura, I get a call saying that they actually closed at 8. And last call was at 7:30, and if I wanted to move my reservation earlier, which is fine. So
the other option is to not eat. Right?
Correct. And we really wanted sushi.
We really wanted food.
So we switched it to 7 p.m. So we went back to the room. We were just kind of hanging out, and we know it was no more than 1,000 steps to the place.
It is
A to B.
It is literally behind the hotel.
Correct.
Like you come out the front of the hotel. You go around the hotel and you're there.
So 6:55, we're walking out of the hotel room to get there by 7 with room to spare.
Right, we're actually going to be early.
We're waiting for the elevator, and my phone rings, and I pick it up. It's 6:59. I looked at my watch because the phone said it. 6:59. It was the restaurant asking if we were even going to show up, which was kind of odd because it was 6:59.
I'm imagining literally an empty restaurant, empty, just waiting to serve us so they can close down and go home. That's what I'm imagining.
So we walk in, and they're like, "Oh wait, your table's not ready yet." So they let us linger.
Well, first we come in and they have no idea who we are.
So anyway, we get there and we linger around, and they finally sit us down in this booth, and they give us a menu. At this point, it was maybe about 7:10, 7:15, and because it was not that long ago, they told me the last call was 7:30. So I'm getting nervous now because I want to get food in.
And I'm nervous too because we have 15 minutes to make an order.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they give the menu. It has 700 pages.
We sit down, and about 7:20, they get our order. And we order appetizers, and we order robata, those skewers on sticks, and I ordered tempura, I ordered rice, we ordered a couple of beers, and probably about 7 different sashimi fishes.
Sushi, sashimi, maki,
the usual salmon, mackerel, sea bream, things I didn't even hear about. So we just this is perfect, right? So the appetizers and the meat on a steak come out pretty quickly. Yeah. Like they're out right away, they're still warm. And to be fair, they were pretty good. The meats were tender, they were flavored, seasoned right. So we're sitting there and we're eating.
The beer was great.
Beer was
Super
great.
Cool beer.
Tempura comes out. And they did tell me that the VIP rooms were gonna be fully booked, so that's fine. Whatever, we're just sitting there having a good time, we're just kind of chit-chatting. 7:45, 7:50, I kind of noticed.
Well, the food dries up. The robata's gone, the tempura's gone.
Correct, yeah, we ate everything already.
And now we have beer.
We have beer. I'm watching, because I kind of can see the sushi bar from where I'm sitting. And I noticed that one half of the sushi bar, the guy is literally spraying it, so cleaning the glass. And he seemed like to be the head master sushi chef, or maybe even the manager, the owner, I don't know, walks out, there's like an open area in the back, and he goes out for a smoke. And I'm like, that's kind of odd that you're smoking when there's people still waiting for their orders. So I'm like, whatever, so we're still chit-chatting. We ordered another round of beers. So I'm kind of like looking around, and it's close to 9 o'clock, and they told me specifically 9 o'clock they close. So, still not paying much attention to it. I notice our server starts collecting all the soy sauce containers in all the tables around. I'm like, oh, she's helping out. And they, what kind of made me want to follow up is she put on like those dishwashing gloves and she started cleaning the sink. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope she's not going to pick up her raw fish when she's scrubbing the sink that they're cleaning the containers of soy sauce in with, just wash her hands. And she was so nonchalant about it. She just kind of like casually look over her table and just go back to scrubbing the sink. So when she went out, I go, Miss, wala ba, di ba namin nakuha yung sashimi, yung order namin sashimi. And she kind of like had this bewildered look. She goes, oh, hindi pa kompleto yung order nyo? Like, your order's not complete yet? And I literally said, we haven't gotten anything. And that's when her face was like, her eyes kind of shut up. And she goes, kahit ano, like anything? I'm like, and I literally responded, there was no fish in this table yet. We haven't had fish yet. So then she said, oh, hold on.
Pickles and meat.
Now at this point, I see the rest of the sushi guys starting to clean up their stations. So she's walking there.
The place is shutting down.
Yeah, they were ready to like shut down. So she's going to the back of the sushi bar, talking to the other stations, and I think at the moment, Ryan and I were already starting to laugh. Like, this is just like a disaster.
We should have known.
The hostess over and proceeds to hand us the bill.
Yeah. The waitress is realizing we haven't had any food yet. And the hostess is bringing us a bill for the food we haven't had.
The food we hadn't had, and the waitress, the hostess.
I thought it was funny then.
Yeah, we just completely lost it. We just started laughing and then we started laughing, and the hostess was also confused while we were laughing because she was asking like, "Bucket,
why?"
Yeah, why? And then that's when she told like, "Oh, they never got their order." So then she's like, "Oh no, hold on. Do you want us to make your dish right now?"
Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Like, I wanted to have like a nice, casual, like pressure-free dinner. The sushi chef, sushi chefs were looking at us, like waiting for us to respond. Like, are they gonna ask us to make it or
Yeah,
not?
we have to undo everything we just cleaned up.
So I'm like, no, just give us the bill and just remove obviously the fish that we never ate. And she's like, oh, I don't know what happened and whatever the reasoning is. And like I said, I was just laughing about it. And obviously we basically had appetizers at this
And
place.
a couple rounds of beer.
And a couple of rounds of beer. And kind of fell really, really below expectation because the place wasn't cheap.
That's understating it.
Yeah, the place
He
wasn't
forgot to
cheap.
bring us food.
But I was telling Ryan, I told Ryan, like in another time frame, another mindset that when I was working, I would have been really pissed. I would have talked to somebody of authority and demanded some sort of compensation, everything. But then now we're retired. Mistakes happen. Like I've never in my travels anywhere that has happened, but there's always a first for everything. So if I got all worked up over not having the rest of my order, then that just ruins my night. And again, I don't have to go to work the next day. I don't have to like really worry where I'm going to get my next meal. So it just seemed really almost rude if I made a big deal out of it. Obviously, we're never ever going to go back. And it's just
and I was on the fence, right? I was thinking like, listen, somebody in this restaurant has to at least pretend to be the manager.
Yeah.
Is it worth having a conversation? I mean, like, drink your beer, enjoy the appetizers. We're sorry, but no, of course not, right?
Yeah.
It's like they just took off the stuff that they, didn't give us.
Yeah, and try to fix it.
But then it's like Chris said, like, what's the point? Like, am I going to get all wound up, like, trying to find some manager to, bust their balls because? I mean,
or whatever.
To be fair, the beer was good. The appetizers were good.
I mean, like I said,
whatever.
At least I am in a different mindset, right? This is a food crawl.
It's a funny story.
Ryan always says life is made up of moments, and
it
it will
could be a
bore a lot of our friends and our family for a really long time telling the story over and over again.
And of course, I have to fall on the sword because after we leave the restaurant, we walk, 80 yards to the other place we were going to go to anyway. We walk up, and the first thing Chris says is, hey, are you guys still open? And the girl's like, we're open for food and drinks until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my God, awesome.
But I think it was a classic example of when life gives
Of
you...
me choosing poorly?
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you let Ryan decide. Like I said, we went to Plan B, which we wanted to try anyway. So if you think about it, we got to try both places
Yeah, there you go. Look at it that way.
in one night. But
And by the way, Plan B, fantastic.
it was really
Right?
good. It was
super
a
fun.
hip place.
We're outside.
Yeah.
Weather was perfect. Service was perfect. Drinks were fun. I mean, they weren't great, like just choose poorly, but
Yeah.
oh my God, sushi! They actually gave us sushi, which was a
Sushi
huge upgrade.
showed up. We were really expecting a very uneventful kind of staycation.
Yeah. So the moral of the story is, we went to get sushi and we got it.
We did. At the end of the day, yeah, sure, you had to take a couple of turns to get there versus the usual, point A to point B. But again, when life gives you limes, make gin and tonics.
But the takeaway is, if they ever call you and say, hey, you guys have reservations for 7 at 6:59, we haven't seen you yet, are you really going to come? The correct answer is no.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to make it. Sorry, we should have probably called you a minute earlier, let you know that we're not going to. Yeah, we're not going to come.
It's probably one of those experiences you just put into your strange hat pile because I've never ever experienced anything like that. But
It was a funny story, but again, we left the hotel to get sushi, and we came back to the hotel with sushi.
Yeah.
So technically, we really didn't even screw up that bad. It's not a good story.
But I think more importantly, this is our first venture out to what is to be the new normal in the city. So that was sort of exciting, just to be out and to be around people and to feel like we can go out and have dinner again that isn't home cooked. So we're looking forward to that. Until the next vlog, I'll catch you guys later.
Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time it comes back to you. Whoa, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it takes it's bittersweet.